So when I was just getting started with pursuing the idea of starting and growing my own online business, at the time I was working within my family business and I had been working there for years, developing skills in areas such as sales, customer service, marketing, and developing skills in a lot of key areas when it comes to entrepreneurship and business success. But one thing that I realized that I was kind of lacking, or at least I felt that I was lacking at the time, looking back at it now, was self-belief. And the thing was, I didn't fully realize it at the time. And it took me going through a rough patch in my life where things were kind of going in a downward spiral, and I started to look into personal development more. And I read a lot of different books from other successful entrepreneurs just preaching the fact that, hey, you need to do daily affirmations. You need to remind yourself of these things every single day. This is what creates belief. This is what creates success. And at the time, early on, I felt like, you know what? This kind of sounds BS in a sense. If I just believe and I just remind myself of these beliefs, is this really going to create success itself? And through my journey and experiences now, what I've realized is that the stories that I've told myself about myself is what's had the biggest impact on my belief system as a whole. So what I want to bring up and talk on in this video is the importance of that one area and tying in two additional areas, to me, pulling three together that are the keys to creating entrepreneurship success. Starting with changing your beliefs. Second up, aligning your skills. And third, aligning your character traits. And this is something I actually got inspired from through Alex Hormozi, someone I look up to and follow for some time now. And through this itself, I want to kind of illustrate an example for you guys so you can better understand what I mean by these three critical areas itself. So we just talked a little bit briefly about changing your beliefs and working on your belief system. Now, when it comes to aligning skills and character traits, pulling these three together, this is what allows you to create really, really quick growth in your online business. So this is where you see the people that go from zero to, let's say me, for example, 0 to 100K in less than 12 months. I had these three areas in more alignment than I ever had before at that point in time, allowing me to make that quick growth happen. And that's just one quick example of what can change when all three of those are aligned itself. And after going from 0 to that 100K a year, I went from 100K to over 500K in the next year after that. And there's many people out there that have grown even larger amounts than me by far. And this all comes down to these three things being aligned. So for me in my journey, I had skills, and we're gonna look at this as though we're looking at a ladder in front of us. Let's say the right side of the ladder, we have two pieces of wood on the outside and we have a peg in the middle that allows you to climb that ladder up to the top. So on the right side, that right piece of wood, I had that shooting up pretty high, and we're gonna say that's skills, for example. So I was developing skills through my previous ventures in the past. I had spent time in customer service, I'd spent time in sales, and I put in a good amount of reps at that going into that point. So I had skills and a foundation developed in that area that allowed me to make a quick jump in that area itself. But what was missing was the peg in the center. So on the left side, I had character traits. They were a little bit lower than the skills that I had, but I had some of them that were more developed than what they previously were. So for example, character traits being consistency, showing up and actually being disciplined to show up and do things. One of the character traits that I was missing was focus. See, I was jumping around from one thing to the next and falling short each time, knocking my belief down further and ultimately making me feel less belief in myself and what I was pursuing, forcing me to be less focused and think that I need to just continue to find that new thing until it just clicks. So when we look at this ladder in front of us, I had the right wood that was shooting pretty far up. I had the left wood that was pretty high up as well, but not quite as high up as the right. And in the center, what was missing was I had a couple pegs, but I was missing some key pegs ahead, which in turn was that belief. And it was when I combined all three of those together and I started to fill in those missing pegs, once I aligned that belief and I had belief in the direction that I was heading going forward based on what I provided myself, then those pegs started to fall into place and I was able to climb the ladder really, really quick. And you see the difference is for many people, everybody has a different ladder in front of them, for example, where their skills are at a different level, their beliefs are at a different level, and their character traits are all at a different level itself. And those that have skills developed and character traits developed, like me, for example, when going into finding that clear path for their online business going forward, they can come in and put those pegs of belief in between and they can climb really, really quick. And this is exactly why you'll see people go from 0 to their first 10K month in a short period of time, or people going from 10K to their first 30K month. You've seen client examples from us sharing stories like this as well. And a lot of this comes down to areas that I know that take place where they come in and a lot of times people have decent belief, pretty strong belief. They have strong character traits. They have consistency. They have the ability to focus. They have discipline, but they're lacking areas and skills such as sales conversations, content creation, knowing how to generate leads, knowing how to speak with those prospects and get them on a call and convert sales. And once they have those skills in place, they're able to shoot up the ladder and create really quick growth. Same goes for those that already have skills in place and some strong character traits in place. Maybe like me, they were just lacking that belief in the direction they were going forward. The point is, you can be developed in these areas in different ways. You can have more development within beliefs, more development within skill set, more development within character traits. But the reality is, many of you out there right now have a ladder in front of you with these things built up in a way where you have a runway in front of you to get to 5K, 10K, 15K months, but you're missing the alignment and the pegs between to climb up and get there. So the main point I want to get across this video for you guys is the fact that we have to have awareness around these three areas in our business, and knowing that the more that we can create alignment in these three, the more that we can create the growth we want to create. And this is exactly why you see those overnight successes. It doesn't really happen overnight. The point is, it came through the reps they put in the past, and they had two areas built up strong, but they were missing one critical piece in the center to connect those three and allow them to climb to the level that they did climb to create that quote unquote overnight success itself. So with all that said, for those of you here that are watching this video, let me know in the comments below what area you would say could use some improvement in your business, or where you feel it's lacking most right now. Would you say it's within character traits? Would you say it's within skill set? Or would you say it's within beliefs as a whole? To me, this is a big reason why I've created the coaching program and the coaching group that we have inside of our team itself to serve our clients, because we offer a mindset coach to help with that belief system. We offer an accountability coach to help with those character traits and to help you create and take more consistent action and more focused action. And on top of that, we have skill focused coaching sessions with myself, with our content coach, Todd, and with our sales coach, Mike. So we're really completing those areas for you so you can come into the program and really focus on what you need most. And this is where we don't have to provide ourselves with everything all at once, but we can focus on the two critical areas, or the one missing piece that we really need to develop most, that will allow us to complete those three pegs and pull together a ladder that allows us to climb to the level that we want. So with that said, that's a wrap for this one. If you got value from this topic and from this video here today, let me know in the comments below, drop a hashtag value. And more importantly, take some time today and this weekend as we wrap up the month of June and go into the month of July, and be honest with yourself, asking yourself what area you feel that you really need that most development within. And more importantly, what are you going to do this month to go out and provide yourself with training, with support, with resources to develop in that area itself, so you can complete your ladder and start climbing and making the most of the other areas that you've already built up with your previous efforts. With that said, it's a wrap for this one, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.